My sound is on. This is on. That's not. Okay, as a way of testing the sound. People power. Our power. People power. People power. Our power. People power. Wait. Please confirm that sound. Okay, hello, greetings, fellow Ugandans. Apologies for the technical glitch. I hope I am live and clear on your screen. I want to greet you, fellow Ugandans who are gathered in Boston today. I salute you. I also greet you, friends, fellow Ugandans who are joining us in solidarity. I salute you very much. Today, ladies and gentlemen, in a very special way, I want to salute our comrade, Comrade Anthony Wameli, who is present today with us. I thank God that you could marshal up the energy to attend this conference. The last time I spoke to you, you were not feeling very well, but by the grace of God, you are with us today, and you will definitely get well soon. Thank the Almighty God. It's very sad, comrades, that I was not able to physically attend this conference owing to the travel restrictions, but to thank God that nevertheless I am able to communicate and be with you, although virtually. I appreciate you, fellow Ugandans, for the Uganda Action Day yesterday. I watched, and the entire world watched, as you stood up to the counter, as you asserted our voices. I really felt honored, I felt represented, and many Ugandans comrades felt represented by your action yesterday. I want the world to know, and indeed all of us to remember, that our objective is to show the world that it is not only immoral, but it's unacceptable to stand with a dictatorship that is killing people, maiming people, to stand with a regime that just blatantly rigged elections, that massacred people. We should continue putting it in the face of these development partners that, they are coming off as partners in crime when they hobble with a renowned dictator, and the only way to put it across is to stand and be counted. So I thank you, comrades, for making it yesterday to New York. We watched, and I'm sure it will inspire many other Ugandans to continue standing up morally, non-violently, but of course, very assertively. You comrades have been playing a big role in the struggle back home. Of course, while appreciating the countries that stood with us, we must stand with ourselves. You, the diaspora comrades, are playing a great job. Right from the days of beginning of the People Power movement to today, you have supported the comrades in the struggle. But again, in many years, Ugandans in the diaspora have come out unprecedentedly. They have not only directly been involved in the struggle for change back home, but they've been involved massively. It has not been happening the way it is happening. And I hope that we find the courage to push on forward, to become more and not to become lesser. Friends, Museveni is scared. Museveni is scared. And rightly so. Museveni knows the role the diaspora played in the 1980s when they were fighting against Obote. They know what they call in their books the external wing of the NRA. Those are the guys that went from country to country, exposing the Obote excesses, the Obote regime, demonizing it. And that was a very big factor in their wing. So Museveni knows what happened. Museveni knows that while we talk millions and millions of dollars to, pay companies to cleanse the already blood-stained image of the regime. You communists in America, you have seen, companies. This company that recently was, forced to part ways with General 7 in America, but I'm informed that they are still working with the 7 regime in the UK. The company is called Archery. And many other companies, many other lobbyists are being paid in millions taxpayers' money to cleanse the regime. But of course, comrades, with your relentless efforts, not even the lobbyists that are paid to cleanse the blood-stained regime, the blood-stained image of the 7 regime will help in any way. So I salute you, comrades. You will play a big role. The protesting, the pressuring of the governments and the leaders where you come from, but also it goes to supporting the foot soldiers that are here. You supported us through the campaign. You never lacked. I always say that Museveni wants the world to think that we are supported by whites, that we are supported by foreign powers. But you know as well as I know that it is you, comrades in the diaspora, that have supported us through the presidential election. You've supported the comrades in freedom. You've supported those that are those people. And you continue to support their families. So the role of the diaspora cannot be overemphasized, comrades. We salute you and always remember that you are playing a big role. Like I was trying to say, the regime is scared. Besides paying loans, they are trying as much as possible to infiltrate and destabilize, disorganize our leadership all over the world, especially in the diaspora, because according to them, that is the only way they can survive. The Museveni regime is planting spies all over the world, and of course you wouldn't be surprised if you have some amongst yourselves right now. I can only continue to encourage you to be, relentless, to be, vigilant, to look out and to continuously assert yourselves and assert the values that we stand for and push on the cause, because we rely on you so much. The nation relies on you, gentlemen and ladies, so much. Allow me, friends, to reassure you that we won the January 14th election. As the president of the National Unity Platform, but as the president of the Republic of Uganda. Although General Museveni, using the military and of course using Mr. Byabakama and his electoral commission, he usurped the voice of the people and once again imposed himself on the people of Uganda, using the abductions of our people, the rampant arrests, the November massacres, and the like. He was able to suppress the voices of the people and to prevent them from rising up to demand their victory. So, did it end there? Of course not. I must remind you, comrades, that fighting a dictatorship is not a sprint, it's a marathon. In Sudan, for example, you remember that the people of Sudan made various efforts to rise up to free themselves from the tyrant regime of Omar al-Bashir. But every now and then, on a number of occasions, Bashir was able to suppress the people of Sudan until that one time in April 2019. So our time is soon coming. Let us continue pushing on. Let us not give up. Like I said, fighting a dictatorship is not a sprint. It is a marathon. We need to prepare our minds to go for the long drive. In terms of tactics, of course we must do everything within our power to make sure that the dictatorship, the Museveni dictatorship, falls to death. In terms of tactics, we should do that. We should aim at making the regime fall as soon as now. But in terms of strategy, while we think about today, we must also prepare for tomorrow. We must prepare our minds
for the long run. Because in any case, comrades, do we have an option? No, we don't have an option. So while we find the comfort in knowing that, not a single movement or organization has been able to shake the regime to its nerve in just a short time, I must remind you, comrades, that we don't have very many options. We either fight on and continue fighting, or we resign to slavery, which many of us agreed not to do. We are not going to resign to slavery. Uganda is our country, and we are going to free ourselves, or we shall die trying to free ourselves. We don't have an option. Remember, friends, because everybody has seen it, that Museveni is building a monarch in Uganda. Everything that is happening shows you the strategy Museveni is having, from the abductions to the torture of our people, to the arrest of Honorable Sejirinya and Honorable Sewanyana, to the mass murders. I mean, even the murders and attempted murders of high-ranking military and police officers, especially those that are deemed to be a threat to the monarch that Museveni is creating, speaks volumes. You have all seen and been disturbed by the constant deaths of outspoken religious leaders, those who are critical of the injustices occasioned by the Museveni regime. We've all seen them die in a very unexplained manner, from Bishop Kagwa to Sheikh Muzata, Sheikh Anas Kalisa, and of course the unexplained death of the Archbishop Cyprian Kistoranga, to the recent one. That should cause us to question, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to know and to reaffirm this to your comrades, that the Museveni family is in a shopping spree. Yes, the Museveni family is on a shopping spree, buying whoever is up for sale, using the money borrowed in our names, in the names of your children and your children's children, and also using the money squeezed out of the people, especially in these disturbing times, trying and indeed succeeding many times in buying and co-opting critical voices from musicians, artists, to academicians, religious leaders, and even civil society actors. So we should know that we are up against a dictator, and I really agree with the words that our Secretary General has just communicated. We are up against a dictator, and we must be vigilant. It's a shame, of course, to see that some Ugandans, respectable Ugandans, have decided to opt for selling the future of their country, the future of their children and their children's children, for a quick gain and a quick buck. But the assurance that we have, that I want to reiterate to you, comrades, is that the people of Uganda are on the side of change. They are yearning for change, and they will get the change that they so badly desire. Friends, this retreat is very, very important. It's very important, and I hope through the discussions that we are having, that you are having, we can be able to look into ourselves and evaluate, see where we have come from, see where we are, and see where we are going. And I also hope that the leaders from Uganda will be able to share with you the experience from the ground, and maybe through the deliberations, the discussions, and the sharing of views and strategies, we can be able to find a better way of guiding the glorious men and women on the front line, especially those foot soldiers, the Ugandans from different walks of life that are resolved to chase away the Museveni dictatorship, which I can constantly assure you that we will succeed at. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage unity. I want to encourage unity amongst us comrades, amongst you, amongst the comrades and the chapters in the diaspora. we must look out for any temptation of diversion. We must look out for any temptation of tribalism. The Museveni regime has always tried to divide us along tribal lines, along class along class lines and various things. But most importantly, along tribal lines. So we must not fall prey to the Museveni tricks, because that is how that generation has been able to, that's how Museveni has been able to divide people. Good enough, we are from a generation that is already united. We are not together because we are friends. We are not together because we like each other's character. We are not together because we like each other's religions or each other's tribes. We are together because we share pains, because we share dreams and aspirations for this our country, Uganda. We don't have another. So it is important that even while we are still in the struggle, we find a way of understanding each other and embracing each other in our diversities. I want to encourage that, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe that has worked. It has worked here on ground. It will work in the diaspora. It will work all over the world. Conclusively, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate in a very massive way the leadership of the diaspora. Thank you very much for the work that you are doing, the work that you've been doing, and the work that you continue to do. And I want to encourage you not to relent. I want to encourage you to keep going, to keep pushing. I also want to promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that I will be with you soon. I will not announce this time because, every time I announce that I'm going to be with you, something happens. So this time I'm not going to announce when I'm traveling, but I sure will be with you. One of the discussions, as I conclude, one of the very important discussions that I was very much looking forward to be part of is the streamlining and the strengthening of our diaspora leadership. Unfortunately, I did not come, but I pledge to soon come. Or you will organize a Zoom meeting, where we can have an open discussion and make suggestions. I want to note, ladies and gentlemen, that I have, and I'm sure other leaders have heard and noted the various concerns that have been raised. And I want to pledge to you that together with the leadership, we should be able to address them in the coming days. I'm very glad to have spoken to you in this conference, and I'm looking forward to also speaking to you tomorrow and enjoying the talent that God gave to us, the talent that we are using for the betterment and freeing of our people. And thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. People power, our power.
People
Our
power.
power, people power. Thank you very much for God and my country.
A round of applause for our President, the Honorable His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. People power, our power. Right about now, I want to welcome Herman, Mr. Herman Ainabuna, our diaspora team leader, to come and wind this up. Our time is fast spent. Let him give us the last remarks. Thank you so much, Mr. Herman.
Comrades, I am so sorry. Let's get out of here. They are going to fine us because we are past our time. I am so sorry. We shall speak about this at the boat. The boat is setting sail at 5:30 p.m. So be at 60 Boston, 60. Let me get you the address just real quick. And we are going to send this over to in different WhatsApp groups. But the address is 60 Rose Rough in Boston, Massachusetts. The doors will close at 5:30 p.m. Be there by 4. We are opening up at 4 p.m. Let's go out of here. Clean up everything you can. They are going to fine us. Let's run out. Let's run out, please.
As we go, people power is our power. Our power. People power. NUP is our party. Kyagulanyi is our president. People power. Thank you, friends.
Just let's get out within 5 minutes because there was a wedding coming in. They're going to file us so much money we don't want to incur, please.